Yeah. So what was this your first NFT you got into? Was Creeps?
No, no, no. I mean, I meant in Disto right off the bat. I
Oh, that was
think
your first one.
Voxo Deuce was technically my first one,
Bit of shit.
but Disto was my second. And then I
Nice.
actually found out about Creeps because I remember someone posted in Ask Salt and was like, "You heard about this creep shit?" And that's when I started to look into it, and I
Mm.
grinded for whitelist. I got whitelist the day before, like the
Let's
last round of
fucking go,
whitelist.
dude. And now you're a fucking Creeps whale.
No, bro, you see this guy Troy? You see this guy Troy on Twitter? The guy
No.
has 43 creeps and 63 armories. He just put a post out
What?
yesterday that if he did nothing at all, he's making 15 mil this year just
Holy
from.
shit. Yeah, but that's not sustainable though. Yes. Like if I'm that guy,
No, but
I'm sorry. I know people love the ecosystem. If I'm that guy, I'm fucking dumping my creeps on the
yeah,
floor.
so
If
he
anything.
he basically he sold his Lumi yield today for $150,000.
It's a bit ATX returns. Give you Tom Tom at Tom Tom.
Yeah. So here's my thing about why I'm bullish on
Mm-hmm.
them. Their team like executes flawlessly.
Yeah.
Like they execute on everything, and so
Mm-hmm.
they have a year-long plan. Like the second their casino goes live, the Rango Saloon, people are just gonna be gambling Lumi left, right, and center. That's just gonna keep it. The way that you take out Lumi, you have to deposit 25% back into
Mm-hmm.
the vault. So automatically on deposit, you lose 1/4 of your earnings.
So I actually
Um,
work with a project. I'm not on the team, but it's a project that I believe in. So obviously I do like advisory on projects, and sometimes a project comes to me with an idea that's so good that I just like help them out of the goodness of my heart and try and like get in on equity or
yeah,
something. And they're doing something similar to this because when you understand a tokenomic system, it's an economy, and if you can build a whole like
100%.
casino, bank, mint, temple, all of this shit that they're building, maybe it doesn't mean anything in the fucking real world, but inside the economy it means everything. Like you said, being able to gamble your Lumi and shit like that is so important in order to reduce the supply. Because I'm guessing I don't know everything about their tokenomics, but I'm guessing they have an uncapped supply and you yield. It just like continuously yields more and creates more every single day. That's how I imagine it would work. So, in order to battle that inflationary supply, if I put up a whiteboard here, it's probably the best way. I love this fucking website. Whenever I do one of these VCs, I can just hop into this whiteboard app and fucking.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's very cool. Like I think obviously like I took Lumi at point 0.6 today. Is now at 0.59.
nice.
But I
Not
think
nice, but.
closer to. See, here's my thing. Is like I'm trying to gamble, right? Like if
Mm-hmm.
I generate 7K per day, one shapeshifter is 10K. I could go with the idea that it might last until tomorrow, or I just ate back in
Yeah.
around 2:30 when it goes live. Get one more, and
Yeah.
then
That's the thing. Like I feel like ahead of the shapeshifters mint, it is gonna pump. So that's why I would like recommend if you are looking to buy more Lumi in order to afford the shapeshifter, you might want to do it sooner rather than later. It's the only thing I would say. But
I
obviously
know
you have that
I
twenty
just got to
percent.
do a spreadsheet. I got to
Mm,
make a spreadsheet just to figure out how much I'm going to yield
yeah.
between now and 2:30, so I don't overbuy. I just want
Well,
exactly
let's
enough
fucking do that
to
live.
get
Why
my
the fuck don't we
shapeshifter.
do that live? So how much do you wait between now and 2:30? Is it not like a daily yield? Is it just like a
It's so I thought it was daily, like it would automatically, but I just look again every 2 minutes, and my Lumi number keeps going up. So I think it goes over a 24-hour period.
Could you give me any sort of figures that I can calculate out with, like this amount an hour, this amount a day, etc.
It's 7,000 per day.
7,000 per day. Cool. All right, let's build a fucking spreadsheet for you. So we got 7,000 per day is your 7,000 Lumi a day.
Yeah,
And it's
I
okay.
mean
So
I can
when's the
probably do the
shapeshifters
math.
mint? How long we got till shapeshifters mint?
2:30, about 4 5 hours
Oh,
basically.
what? Okay, so it's today.
Yeah, it's today. That's why I was like, I'm gonna take the pump because it's everyone's buying it Lumi right now to be able to maximize the shapeshift.
So 20%.
Because
You're gonna.
essentially how it works is 10,000 for your first one, and then 15,000 for everyone afterwards.
Right.
So they're really pushing people to create scarce supply.
So you're getting 1,680 Lumi tokens in those 5 hours. That's how many tokens you're gonna get.
Yeah, so I got to buy another,
What's the
I
price?
guess, 8,400. It's 58 cents right
No, price of the mint.
now. Oh, 10,000.
10,000. So yeah, that's a discrepancy. Yeah, you got to buy fucking quite a lot, unfortunately. And that's annoying. Did you sell it off my fucking video, off my call?
No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
thank
I
God.
watched your
Oh,
call.
I would have
I
actually
watched
killed
it,
myself.
but no, 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 no. I didn't do it. I didn't think about this for a while because I think where I'm struggling with this is like there's FOMO, right? Like
Yeah.
you look at the price and I'm like, I'm into this at 0.069.
Mhm.
I got 2 creeps, which is not a lot compared to a lot of these whales, but still enough that, that's 20F you're sitting on.
Yeah.
Plus the armory,
A lot
which
of
is
fucking money.
another 3F per. So I'm basically sitting on close to like 35F right now, which is just stupid. It makes no sense.
And you're earning 7,000
Right.
Lumi a day, which is around about
Right, which is where the
$3,500 a day.
Exactly.
Fucking
So this is where
stupid.
they're actually geniuses, because it's like, why would I ever sell if I think I'm going to continue to make this much money?
Yeah, but the
But at
thing
the same
is,
time, your rational mind is like, it can't keep going, but the
It
team
can't keep
keeps
going.
delivering. Steve Aoki just bought in last night.
Really?
Like, yeah, King Bach, Banks is pumping the shit out of it.
Oh shit.
And so, like, FaZe Banks is like all over it on Instagram. So they got these major influencers starting to jump in right now. And that's the other thing that concerns me, though. When whales control the market, there's so much risk. Because if like that guy that I was telling you about that made 15 mil off this potentially in a year, if he says, I'm going to list all 40 of my creeps, that's basically 1/3 of the supply that just gets back into the market.
Yeah, straight away.
So when whales control it, that's the only thing that concerns me.
The other thing that concerns me as well is the fact that these have gone from 0.8 ETH to fucking 10 ETH in 10 days. And there are flippers. There are people that bought that would have the people that know what is coming. They would have genie swapped like 10 of these, and they're up like fucking 80 at the moment.
But that's like, but then your other thing is like, look, like if Make is at 15 and Bake is at like that's where the fucking FOMO comes in, right? Because you're like, well, this actually has the tokenomics component to it. So like if these, I don't know, it's so
Good
hard. These things are like, they really mess with you.
The thing is that like we can obviously look at Banana. Okay, so we have this pump here. Very parabolic. Yeah. Banana actually managed to have another parabolic pump through this October hype of Cybercon. So if they do manage to deliver something absolutely fucked, then yes, they can have this crazy another 200% up. While they're already done a parabolic move, they can continue to go up. Yeah. But the thing that I worry is like they're not Cybercons, they're not a first move, they are an incredible project. The only thing they have that's going to be, because at the moment, like you said, you're earning $3,500 a day. And the reason you hold on to that Lumi is because there's a reason for you to spend it. I went over in the previous video, I talked about the one I did one this morning, I did another one this afternoon, and I'm literally going to record this and upload it again because I went way too cocky on Twitter about, because TA, like Lux TA, it was going all bearish, everything's going bearish. My main mindset at the moment in the markets is bearish. I want to look for things that are bearish because it's definitely time to take profits.
I mean, you look at the stock market alone, it's
fucked. Yeah, so from like a TA perspective, this sell up here is absolutely incredible. And then I got people telling me, okay, but we have a fucking mint in 5 hours, which is going to cause a supply shock because everyone needs to fucking get the Lumi, to get their Lumi together to buy this, and a demand influx. Everyone needs to buy Lumi in order to buy this mint, which means from like a price perspective, supply shock, less supply, demand influx, higher demand, you are going to see a fucking massive movement away. Like, yes, I'm correct in my TA in that this is a beautiful order block and we're getting a really nice reaction away, and I do believe that ahead of the mint we might come back down to these levels. Like, cool. Like maybe my tweet that I made earlier, maybe my tweet that I made earlier was right, and I'm right about this TA here. But what I'm not right about is us not creating a new all-time high. I believe we are going to create a new all-time high just off the back, like you said, Steve Aoki brought in, King Bored Ape brought in, FaZe Banks pumping the shit out of it. Aside from all of that, we also have a fucking tokenomics mint, which is going to burn a shit ton of the supply and cause a massive demand influx. When you have hype and you have this sort of good tokenomics, like it makes me fucking horny to see this kind of tokenomics, you are going to see a fucking sick pump. I'll tell you that much. This token probably is going to pump ahead of this. But the thing is, after the Shapeshifters mint, there's a lull between Shapeshifters and Mystery Box. What are they going to do to entice people not to take profits in the meantime? You earn $3,500 a day, mate. You earn $3,500 a day from your creeps.
Yeah, it's stupid. It makes no sense.
Fucking stupid.
I remember when I explained to my friends, they're like, I don't understand. And it's basically it's just supply and demand, right? Like, do you have enough hype and anticipation to make people not want to take out their money? Because earlier, if FaZe Banks or this guy Troy with hundreds of thousands of Lumi yield a day, that just collapses the entire liquidity pool, right? There's nothing left in it. So I think, if their plan makes sense and if shapeshifters act similar to what like a serum would be, where everyone wants to hold on to it because you need 5 shapeshifters to create 1 meg. And so you're going to need everyone to come together and say, like, but if someone holds out and you're at 4 shapeshifters and you need this one additional one and they control the market, and like, look, you want this, you got to pay me 10x, 20x, 100x. Like, that's where the whole, I mean, that's the genius of it, right?
Yeah.
It's
so
like you can
that is the genius of it.
Someone not be able to get it.
And they're having low supply. This is 10,000 supply, isn't it?
20,000, so they upped the supply by 2.
20,000. Okay, the issue I have is that, yes, like, the hype is going to come out, these shapeshifters are going to come out, and everyone fucking wants one. 2 things can happen. One, it doesn't sell out, which it fucking will sell out. Let's be honest, it is going to sell
Oh,
out.
100%.
But once it sells out as a 20,000 supply, like then, like I said, like the reason this shit keeps pumping is because you had the Genesis Creepz, and then you had the Armory drop, and then you had the Shapeshifters drop, and then you had the Mystery Box drop. That's how they're keeping this fucking making you earn 3,500 a day, and if anything, you're benefiting more from not selling your tokens because you can buy the armory,
Exactly.
you can buy the shapeshifters, and that's how they make it so that your stupid amount of money that you're earning a day, $3,500 a day, which by the way is like a fucking footballer's salary. Like that is a stupid, ridiculous amount of money, and it's not sustainable.
It's idiotic.
It is idiotic, completely idiotic. But they're obviously
unless
they do it the right way. Yeah.
Unless they have so much shit that they keep delivering on that it like. I mean, I don't know. Their community. I love like community to me. Like when I think about buying into NFTs being new, I look at like art, utility, and community. And their community is insane. Like you join their like when they were listing people, they would call it sacrifice, and everyone. It's crazy. Like the shit that goes on, it's hilarious. It's crazy. It's a weird Discord, but I don't know. I think. I'm gonna hold for a while longer still, but I think I think taking profits is a smart thing to do at any point right now, because to your point, it is not sustainable and stuff like that.
We have to understand how lulls in the market work. So it looks rare token. This is a very exciting call. I called this back out from a TA perspective. I believe it was below like $2. This isn't Looks, sorry. On Looks rare token though, we were calling it out like below $2. It's a great call. And then ahead of the staking rewards that we're gonna, so after 30 days after they launch, the staking rewards decrease. So we saw a massive pump and was like, when should I take profits? I'm like, well, approaching the date when the staking rewards decrease, that's when everyone's going to start to take profits. And we saw a beautiful reaction away. You understand how markets work in that this is demand. So it starts out and then it would 0.8 ETH, 0.8 ETH. And then this comes out and everyone starts getting hyped about it. And shit, we have a load of hype. And off the back of that hype, everyone's earning, you said you're earning $3,500 a day. Instead of selling, you then have a Shapeshifters launch, which is like, oh shit, there's more hype into the fucking equation. Now we're going to push the token even further. Then the main thing that we have to look out for is the lull between the Shapeshifters launch and the Mystery Box launch. If they manage to keep up this hype throughout this lull here, so Q1 2022, so it's on the boards for the next month to couple months. That's very, very, very good. But there is going to be a lull in the demand for all of the Creepz ecosystem in the meantime. You're earning $3,500 a day. Let's say this costs like $10,000 to mint. Like, yes, you can hold on to your Lumi, and yes, it's very, very good. But is it more profitable for you as a fucking person yielding a shit ton of Lumi to sell your Lumi at this massive price, or after the pump when it goes up to 70 cents? Is it more profitable for you to sell your fucking $5,000 a day than it is to sit and wait and stack up your Lumi for the mystery box? That's a question we have to take as traders, and that's up to the team for if they can continue to deliver hype and deliver like teasers of what the mystery box will hold and shit like that. I do believe this project is fucking, like, the way they've worked it, the way the ecosystem works. Like, I personally, I take the time out of my day to work with a project completely free of charge because they're building something like this. And shit like this kind of in-depth tokenomic system is the future of fucking yielding projects. And these guys have
100%.
managed to deliver on it first. So they're the first movers in the space. So when it comes down to it, if you do hold a Creepz, if you hold more than one, hold one forever. I'll be fucking honest with you. This is clearly a project that isn't fucking going anywhere. As you said, you're in the community. I'm sure the community is fucking incredible. I'm sure they're like super strong behind the project. I found out how good the community is myself because I fucking funded them a little bit, and instantly I got about 40 tweets of people being like, "No, bro, the fuck are you talking about? It's a supply shop tomorrow," and I had to like kind of backtrack a little bit and be like, "Okay, I didn't know there was a supply shop tomorrow. Oh fuck, I was wrong. Okay, cool." But I do believe as well that like this sort of price action and this sort of like insane up movement, 0.8 ETH to 1 ETH on the ecosystem, it's not fucking sustainable. Even if this project does well long term, and it will do well, like incredibly well, I fuck with the project hard. I'm sorry, I have my phone. Is my mic making any weird noises? Sometimes my phone interferes with my mic.
Yeah, it's doing the weird, like your phone's too close to your mic or something.
Yeah. Did you hear everything I said?
Yeah, it's coming through. It's getting that weird like feedback.
Fucking, I'm sorry about that. It's fucking annoying. But continue my rant. We've had this fucking massive parabolic movement upwards, and the whole idea is that the reason why I'm saying that Creepz will retrace is because a parabolic movement upwards like this, it needs to retrace back down to order zones so you can pick up orders. That's how it fucking works.
After Shapeshifters drop, there will definitely be. It'll go, but I mean, even if it holds at 0.3, 0.4, it's still
strong. Like, it's still idiotic. Yeah, exactly.
I gotta go to work, but
that's cool. I think we're pretty much done anyway. But like we said before, how to play. Where was the shapeshifters mint here? Like we said before, this zone here, shapeshifters to mystery box. The time between these two is gonna tell you how good this project is. When people are earning $4,000 a day and they're waiting for the mystery box drop, they have a choice to make in that they're going to continually see this Lumi token, whether they like it or not, is going to go down after the shapeshifters drop. You're going to see a massive pump because people need to buy it for the shapeshifters drop. After the pump, people are like, cool, I'm making fucking $5,000 a day. I'm going to start taking some of my profits because I like that $5,000 a day. I want to realize it and see it in real fucking dollars. And that's why the most important thing about this ecosystem is how well they manage this lull. The time between the shifters drop and the time between the mystery box drop, how well can they manage to keep hype and keep people interested in the ecosystem. That's what I wanted to talk about with you guys today. Also, I fucking made all those tweets today about it dropping, and according to all the analysis, it did fucking want to drop. And we did actually see a really nice reaction away from my TA. So we came up, mitigated the orders, and we saw a nice reaction downwards. However, I do believe we're going to continue to see upside in the next coming days. A lot of big influencers have got behind this project now, and that means it's going to continue to fucking pump. It's absolutely crazy. And just as a rationalist, when I see something pump this hard, and a trader as well, when people are fucking greedy and they're buying, I want to fucking sell. When people are fucking scared like they are right now in ETH, I want to fucking buy. And that's why I make tweets like that saying that look to take your profits on Creepz, because it's gone for absolutely fucking bonkers. I do believe it has a little bit left in the maniac bonkers tank to go a little bit more bonkers over the next 3-4 days odd. But you will see this Lumi token, once it makes its all-time high and comes up here, you will start to see a top form. In the lull between these two mints, you will see a top form and you will see the token go down. I just have to inform you guys of that, because I know that some of you, as we see, some of the people in DystoApez have made fucking like 20 ETH profit, 30 ETH profit, and I don't want you guys sat there. I mean, I think this project will do well long term, by the way, as they're a first mover in a very specific niche of building a whole economy, a whole tokenomic system. Like, this is super important. It's so fucking good, the shit they're building. And it's very exciting, a very exciting project. But where they are at the moment, we're fucking traders. We see this shit here, and we want to fucking exit because it's a top. It's a parabolic move. They can't, no matter how good the ecosystem is, in this lull between these two mints, there will be a fucking drop. It will happen, and that's why I make those tweets saying like, oh, we're going to drop on Lumi. Yes, I was wrong in that this drop isn't going to happen today because they have fundamentals of the shapeshifters mint happening, which is going to cause a pump in price. But after the shapeshifters mint, I'm gonna go right back to what I was saying today and being cocky about, which is this is going to fucking drop. And it's what makes me a good trader. The fact that when everyone else is buying and getting fucking excited, I'm getting fucking scared and I'm looking to sell. When everyone else is getting scared and they're running away from the market, I'm taking my stables and I'm dumping them into altcoins and I'm dumping them into ETH because I know it's the best time to buy. That's what makes you a good trader. You're trading against the retail interest. The whales, what they do is they work to squeeze retail interest, retail buys at the top, and they work to squeeze retail interest and squeeze retail sells at the bottom, because they buy when you're selling and they sell when you're buying. And you want to have that sort of mindset and be of the mindset of a market maker and to be a successful trader. If you believe in the project long term, then nothing I say right here fucking means anything to you. I'm a short-term trader. I do short-term analysis, and that's why I call out shit like this. If you believe in this project long term, fucking hold on to it, because it's a first mover in a very, very specific niche, and it's going to do fucking well, and it has great influencer backing. Any questions before I hop off? Because I've got some calls soon, so I wanted to... This VC was super spontaneous, by the way. Thank you guys for hopping in. It means a lot. Any questions you guys got?
I got a couple questions just real quick, if you have a minute.
Let's go.
This is Medley. I was on the Twitter there just commenting the fundamentals of this.
Oh, really? Cool.
So one thing I just wanted to point out was the way to sell out a Lumi, and to talk about that quickly, is that the tax.
Yeah.
So right now when you have a mint coming up, the easiest way to kind of sell out is to kind of mint as much as you can and then sell them on secondary.
Yeah.
Especially with this one, because the shapeshifters, there's a mechanism in it where you need to collect 5 of the same guy. So there's a real demand for people to try and buy them on secondary. So it's probably going to be easiest if you want to cash out
to go through the shapeshifters route.
Yeah.
Very, very, very smart. And that entices burning supply as well, which is, of course, healthy for the token. The reason, so when it comes to, like, that's why I was talking about the pump in the next few days. So like Medley has just nicely pointed out, the tax these guys have on their token means that when you sell out of the Lumi token, 25% of your sale goes to the bank. So that means 25%, let's say you have $1,000, $250 of that when you sell out goes to the bank. So you're not actually getting to sell out the full way. In order to maximize your profits in selling out, the best way to do it at the moment is going to be through the shapeshifters bin, like you just said, because the demand for shapeshifters, because of the hype, is going to be very high. So if you mint a shapeshifter and you sell out, you don't have to pay that 25% tax, and you're probably going to be better off because the ETH price for these is going to be like 3-5 ETH. Like, imagine you get the fucking Snoop Dogg one or the Donald Trump one, it's going to sell for a stupid amount of money. So that's why this fucking ecosystem is so incredible in the way that they allow you to burn your tokens. And me as a tokenomics expert, like, this fucking makes me horny seeing an ecosystem like this. And like Medley said, like, they're making it so it's more beneficial for you to sell out of the ecosystem through burning the token than it is through selling it on the fungible markets. However, like I said, after this Shapeshifter's mint is done and the hype starts to die down a little bit, in between these two mints, the money that people are making, the Lumi they're making, because it's so fucking expensive, they will start selling it, and you will see a fucking retrace. That's the one thing I want to put across to you guys, because I know a lot of people in this ecosystem, maybe they minted the invasion pass, maybe they paid 0.2 ETH for the invasion pass, and they've now got one Creepz worth 10 ETH, one armory thing worth 2 ETH. They're making fucking $2,000 a day, and they think, wow, I never have to work a day in my life again because I'm making all of this money. That doesn't fucking last. It's not sustainable. That's what I really want to put across to you guys and give you a bit of a slap in the face about. Like, yes, the next few days with the Shapeshifters mint, this ecosystem is going to continue to go fucking crazy. And they've already gone nuts. They're going to go even more fucking nuts. That is amazing, and they're doing it really well. And if you have multiple, hold on to one or a few. You definitely should. But in the next like 3-4 days, the market's likely going to top out. And this Lumi token, yes, we will see a really nice pump, but there is going to come a day in 5-6 days when people are like, shit, I'm earning $5,000 a day. Let me realize some of these profits, and you'll see the market start to turn around. But yeah, that 25% tax is important. Continue.
What do you think a good volume is for Lumi? I think it's like right now like 6 million a day, which probably isn't sustainable.
$12 million volume a day at the moment at Lumi, which is fucking.
Is it 12?
Nuts. Yeah, that's what it says here. So there's buys and sells. Obviously, it's going to be higher approaching the mint because people want to buy their Lumi so they can mint as many shapeshifters as possible. As Medley kindly put across, I think you need 5 shapeshifters to have like a mega shapeshifter or something. Is that how it works?
Yeah, 5, yeah.
So you
5
get
of
5,
the same one.
5 of the same one, you get a mega one, whatever the fuck that means. So people want to, they're just basically enticing you to mint as many as possible. And that's why the volume is so high. And you understand, 25% tax on this $12 billion volume, like that's a fucking shit ton of money. That's like $2.7 million they're making in one day from the tax. Okay, maybe the sales, we divide it in half. It's more like, 1.600k, more like 1.5 million because you divide this in half. That half is on buys, half is on sales, and the tax is only on sales, not on buys. I'm not sure if they have a tax on buys. But the way this ecosystem works is the kind of thing that I always want to bring into my projects. You want to find as many ways to burn as possible. And you want to make it so when you're exiting the Lumi ecosystem, it's more beneficial for you to mint the shapeshifters than it is to sell out, like Medley said, because there's a 25% tax on selling out. Any other questions? Anyone want to jump in and ask me anything before I have to fuck off?
Appreciate your time on this, man. I appreciate it.
I love talking, but I love this shit. I'm not gonna lie. And obviously, DystoApez is my home, so I love just like we're talking about Creepz in the fucking. Oh, that looks horrible. We're talking about Creepz in the thingy. I'm like, let's fucking go and let's hop in a VC and chat about it live. And I'll probably record this and chuck it up on YouTube because it's good for my personal brand as well. And it clears up all the people on Creepz that are tagging me on Twitter being like, you fucking idiot, we're fucking pumping, we're going to the moon. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't know about the fundamentals. I'll fucking film some recap videos.
Post on YouTube, and when they come back to them in like a week's time and just link your video.
Yeah, exactly. I'll link my analysis in a week's time. The analysis is still good.
Check out the team too.
Oh, I haven't actually checked out the team
much. They have like Google and Facebook ex-engineers that they bought out for this team.
Let's fucking go.
They've gone hard.
And with all of their money, they probably can. They can buy all of the fucking devs they want.
Yeah, no, 100%. Damn, that's fucking cool looking NFTs on the team. Yeah, obviously they got a sick team. They got a fucking gold ape, Chairman Ape, maniac. But yeah, very, very, very cool project. And I think that
more money.
They're cementing themselves as the first mover in a very, very important space, which is just innovative tokenomics. Like these guys can build out a metaverse from this shit. There's so much shit they can do. It's super exciting. When it comes to short term, like this shit, it's just not fucking sustainable. Earning $3,000 a day is not sustainable. It's just not. I'm sorry to say it for everyone holding Creepz, but it's not. You will see a nice pump ahead of the shapeshifter stuff, but you will see a dump afterwards over the next coming weeks ahead of the what's it called, mint. What's that? Do you know anything about that Vault surprise? I heard something about like a surprise Vault thingy they were talking about today. Not sure if any of you, we have any Creepz holders in here at the moment. I think they all left.
Yeah, I have no clue what it is. They really try to keep it on lock. They want to really like surprise you with stuff and keep you guessing.
Sounds like these guys just keep fucking delivering, don't they?
Yeah, they've got the whole thing apparently done before they even like launched Genesis.
Yeah, it's supposed to be another Lumi creator. Like it's the only other Lumi creator after the artillery. Yeah,
I see.
Something like that. So that Vault is gonna create another, it's another Lumi maker basically.
Another way to yield Lumi is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that to me sounds like increasing
well.
the supply. So the main issue this token has, or any token has, is that we didn't even get onto the whiteboard. I'll just do a quick analysis on this. The way I work in the space is I bring in a yielding system which allows you to have a capped supply. So it's a deflationary yielding system. The way old projects work, or most projects work, is you have the NFT, and then you have the token. And the way that works is the NFT yields 1 token a day. And instead of having a cap supply, the token supply starts at 0, and it goes 0 plus 1. Day 2 plus another 1. 0 plus 2. Day 3 plus another 1. 0 plus 3. And the supply keeps on increasing infinitely, and it never, there's no cap. It just keeps on going. And the issue with that, if we zoom out a little bit and pull it across, I love this whiteboard, it's so cool. Let's get the handout. Cool. The issue with that is it causes you the problem of, let's get the pen back out, the ever increasing supply. So the supply is always increasing, never decreasing. Well, it can decrease, but it can never go back down all the way to 0 because you have to burn all the supply, or it can never go below 0. It can never be deflationary. It's always inflating. It's inflationary supply. And that's the issue with a uncapped supply token. It's a little bit of tokenomics knowledge for you guys there. So Lumi economy has an uncapped supply, so they're always increasing the supply. So the biggest issue they have is, let's get the handout and draw it over again. The biggest issue they have is that their supply is always going outwards and increasing. They need to find a way to burn the supply so they can bring the supply back down towards that 0 point, -1, -2, etc. That's the most important thing for an economy to do when it launches an NFT yielding project. And Creepz, with all the different layers they have for burning, and this is only the start. They have the bank and they have their Genesis drops. They're doing the vault, which is another yielding method. They're doing the mystery box. They're doing a casino. They're doing rides. They're doing all this different shit to allow you to basically incentivize you and make it fun for you to burn your tokens. So they want you to burn as many of your tokens as possible. Now it's extremely, extremely hard to do this, especially when you're yielding like what, $3,500 a day. It's very hard to entice people to burn their supply within the ecosystem. There needs to be a very large financial incentive for them to do so. And with Creepz at 10 ETH and Reptilians at like 2 ETH, and these shapeshifters probably going to be like 5 ETH, it gives them, they're able to achieve this. They're one of the few projects able to achieve this. So this is, I call this yielding 1.0. This is what I call it. It's the old yielding system. What I do is yielding 2.0. It's what I introduce projects, which is where you can have a cap supply. So you can still burn the token, but instead of going 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, it's 1 million. And you go +1, +2, and then you hit the cap, and that token gets shunted out of the ecosystem and new tokens brought in. It's a little bit complicated to explain, but this is the new yielding system. And the old yielding system is kind of outdated because you have to, as the supply is inflationary, you have to really be heavy on the burns. And it's so hard for a project to be heavy on the burns, unless they can do something like Creepz, where like this is worth 10 ETH, this is worth 3 ETH, this is worth 5 ETH, and it works out more beneficial for you to burn the token in the ecosystem than it does to sell it. Which is a big issue projects have, and it's hard for projects to achieve. But Creepz they seem to have this on fucking lock, which is super, super important. So as far as the yielding 1.0 space is concerned, from a tokenomics perspective, me as a tokenomics expert, this project here is the best tokenomics, the yielding 1.0 tokenomics in the space, by far. I'll say that happily. I know a lot of you guys might be watching this video after you see me like FUD them a little bit on Twitter. I'm only doing this because I'm fucking realistic, and I know what a top looks like in the market, and I know that this market is topping out. Just looking at the Genesis Creepz price. Yes, we have the shapeshifters mint, and we can maybe squeeze a little bit more retail interest out, but this is what a top looks like in the market. And I have to fucking call tops when I see them, and when I see that the market's starting to top out. When you're earning $3,500 a day, that's a top. When every single community that you know is talking about a Creepz invasion, that's a top. When we're in a VC talking about Creepz and how much money everyone's making and how they're all made a fucking 100 ETH profit, that's a top. So I do believe in this project long term. At the same time that I'm calling a top on it shortly, I do believe in the project long term. I believe what they're going to deliver is insane. And maybe they say, fuck my top, and they keep on moving upwards. They keep on delivering, keep on bringing new stuff. Like, maybe they can do that. But I just have to be realistic with all of these projects when I see them. Especially at the moment with the ETH being scary and everything like that, and NFT volume starting to dip. Like, I really have to be cautious in these markets. And I have to be realistic when I see something go crazy like this. I have to be realistic with you guys and tell you that, look, maybe you have 5 Creepz. Maybe look to sell 2, 3 of them. Lock in those 28 ETH profits. Because who knows, after the shapeshifters mints out and we're waiting for the mystery box, maybe they don't drop anything too interesting. Maybe they drop the vault, which is then more yielding, which means that the supply, like we said, instead of being +1, +2, +3, it's +5, +10, +15. The supply is increasing at an increasing rate, which means they have to burn harder and harder and harder. And they can't burn the token without this shapeshifting bullshit, without another mint. They need the mystery box to burn the token. So in the meantime, between these two tokens, if they drop the vault and we're then getting an increased supply, and there's no way for them to burn the supply and match that, people are just going to start dumping their tokens, and you're going to start to see a supply versus demand. When supply outweighs demand, the token price obviously falls. And there's a higher supply than demand, the token price obviously falls. And there's no demand for Lumi if there's nothing to fucking mint with it. And there's an increase in supply if they're giving you another way to yield it. That's why I believe that we're going to start to see some downwards movement on Lumi, which is healthy and fine. Long term in the project, I quite like to see it do something like this, to come out, break this all-time high, come up here, return back down ahead of the mystery box, all the way back down to the 0.5. We still haven't hit the 0.5 yet. I'd like to see the project, after this parabolic move, come down to the 0.5 to collect entries before going higher. That's in a healthy, perfect world. With influencers like Steve Aoki and FaZe Banks back in this project, there's a chance that it just fucking does a banana and just fucking skies and goes crazy. And the reason that's really worrying for me is because if you don't have proper return to orders, you don't have proper mitigation, when you have this sky and this massive moon, you'll see a massive crash on the other side of it. Because this massive pump, it happens because of a lack of people selling. And this massive sell happens because of a lack of people buying. And the more intense the pump is on one side, the more intense the lack of selling is on one side, the more intense the lack of buying is on the other side. So I worry on Lumi if we don't have this healthy price action and returning back down to orders, if we just keep going off this crazy hype of this 0.8 ETH to 10 ETH and we pump to 20 ETH and we keep going like that, there'll be a very, very big crash incoming, which I worry about. But I hope that gave you guys a bit of an insight into the Creepz marketplace. I'm fucking so busy today, but I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I'll probably chuck it up on YouTube and put it on my Twitter, so everyone that's like tagging me on Twitter about saying, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot for calling a top on Creepz. Creepz are amazing. We have this, that, and the other." Like, I'll show you my rationality and why I'm so cautious and such a fucking devil's advocate and a dick when projects are doing well. Because I have to be a dick as a trader. When everyone's greedy, I look to sell. When everyone's selling, I look to buy. Any other questions before I hop out? I haven't got much time left, but I'll try and answer as many as I can. Nope. Everyone good? Oh, Delbegar, you got another question?
When are you gonna buy?
When am I going to buy?
When are you gonna buy?
I already said. I've drawn it out. 0.5 retracement I like to look for is the healthiest point in price. When we return back down to these order regions here, back down here, that's when I'm going to look to buy. That's when I'll look to buy. And also at the same price, at the same time, when Lumi comes down here, you'll see Creepz drop to like 4 or 5 ETH. And that'll be a good buy for me as well on Creepz. Because I fuck with this project long term. Like, I didn't realize how good their tokenomics was. Like, this shit is fucking revolutionary. This is what I try and bring into projects. It's completely revolutionary. It's fucking amazing. So long term, they're amazing. But I worry, with all this influencer hype, that instead of being healthy and returning back down to order zones and having a healthy chart movement, they're just going to do a banana and go fucking nuts. That's my one worry about this market at the moment. Cool, we good? I'm about to fuck off. Has anyone else got any questions?
Yep.
You got another question? No? Yep, nope, yep. Right. Thank you guys.
We good. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'm gonna chuck this up on YouTube
good,
afterwards.
Alright.
And yeah, let's fuck off. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright.
Bye bye.